Oh my god, my hand. Guys, hi. Okay, hold on. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. I'm gonna need a hair clip. Way better. Way more comfortable. No, what is this? Awesome. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Before we start the video, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I love you. In today's video, I want to say something. So, guys, last video got the most reach on Instagram. And this is not the point. The point is that you guys are so sweet. The sweet messages I received from that video is insane. Like, I didn't realize how many sweet souls watching my videos until last video. I want to say thank you so much, guys. You are the sweetest, literally. And your messages literally warmed my heart. I love you guys. I love you so much. And just because of those sweet souls, I'm going to keep making videos for you, and I'm so happy to realize that I'm actually helping people out there. Before we start the video, I want to say today's video was done because of a subscriber. One of you texted me and said he has a perfectionist dad and his dad wants everything to be perfect. So this man, even though he's grown up, he's still afraid to try new things. He's afraid of making a mistake because he's scared that his dad will punish him for it, meaning like they will argue with him and judge him, and why did you do this, and why didn't you ask me first, and whatever. I was like, why don't you try to talk to him, like discuss things, make him understand that this is your life and you deserve to make your life choices and try new things just like he did when he was a child. And he was like, he's also a narcissist. My dad ends up always right. And in that moment, I realized this man cannot be the only one struggling with this. And I know how many of you guys are struggling with parents trying to control their life and parents trying to tell you you should do this and this and this, and you cannot refuse because they're older than you and they have more experience than you and they've already tried this and didn't work out. But there's something you should understand. If something didn't work out for your parents, it doesn't mean it's not gonna work out for you, or the opposite. So yes, we should appreciate our parents raising us and feeding us and taking us to school and buying us what we need. But at some point, there is a limit. Your parents need to understand that you are here to try things just like them. You are here to make mistakes because it's okay to make mistakes. And you are on this earth to make your own life path. Many parents are so strict, they think they have to control everything out of fear. But at some point, it's not fear, it's narcissism. Some parents really think that by controlling your life, they're afraid that something will hurt you. But they're just being narcissistic. They're just making life choices for you, making decisions for you, taking actions for you when it's your life. Here I'm trying to make you get out of the position of feeling controlled by your parents, but never get to that point of cutting your parents off. So we're going to try to do this video without getting you to argue with your parents. So let's do this. One among the things this man told me is being compared to their cousins. This thing broke me because he was like, I am trying so hard and I always tried my best to achieve things, to do better, but whenever I try, they don't pay attention to how much effort I made to get to that achievement. They only say, well, they did better, they're better than you, you're just not enough to do what they did. So guys, first thing, stop believing you are the problem. You are not the problem, okay? And you never should look at your worth as something that depends on performance. If you do good, if you get good grades, you are worthy. And if you don't get as good as their grades, you're not that good. And you're not enough. No, you are enough and you should be loved. Either you got good grades or bad grades. Either you did a great job like them or not. You should understand that each person has capacity in something. This person can be good at maths and geography, and this person can be good at design. Like, do you understand? Our brains function differently. Your cousins may be good at getting grades better than you, yes, but you might be better at something else. Look, not getting something as good as someone else in the same field doesn't mean you're bad, doesn't mean you're not smart. It just means you're not good in that field, but you are better in other fields. And your cousin might not be as good as you in that field. Your friend might not be as good as you in that field. It is so dark. It is so fucking dark. Parents think that when they tell their child that he's not doing great, that he's lazy, they're pushing him to do better. As parents, if you're a parent and you're watching this, you're not pushing your kid to do better. You're just damaging them emotionally. You're just destroying them emotionally. As a parent, you should support your child. If a child did something, you should say good job, no matter how bad it is. You should never make them feel like they did bad. Because when you tell a child that they did bad, they're not gonna get motivated and say, oh my god, I'm gonna do better. No, they're gonna think I'm stupid, I'm not enough, I'm a problem. I once watched a woman that kept telling her daughter that was so fat that she eats a lot, that she's like a fridge, she's so fat, and every time she catches her eating, she goes and say, oh my god, are you always hungry? Can't you just stop eating? And this daughter was trying to explain to her mother what she feels every time her mother says that. And she told her mother to say the same things that she usually tells her. And the daughter brought like a glass and she kept breaking it every time her mother says something. And then her mother said sorry and she was like, did the glass get back together? Is it fixed now? And the mother said, I was just motivating you. I was just trying to make you feel bad about your weight so you stop eating a lot. She was like, that's not what you were doing to me. You were destroying me, which pushed me to eat more. She stressed her more that she started eating more. That's exactly what parents do when they compare their child to other people, to their friends, to their cousins. First, you make your child hate that person. Second, you're destroying them. Great job, to be honest. You're such a good parent. Now, if you got a parent like that, I know how you feel. I know how bad you feel when they tell you that. But you should just understand that this is how they think. They think they are pushing you to do better. It was never their point to make you feel like you're stupid or lazy or not enough. So you are enough. And you are smart, and if you're not doing great in something, you should find the thing that you can do great at. This man I was talking about, he was like, I don't get as good grades as my cousins, but when he was telling me about what he does, he's a good architect, and he was sending me portraits that he drew, and it was literally a masterpiece. This man is literally an artist. I was like, oh my god. Your parents truly don't value what you do. They're literally comparing him to his cousins when this man is an artist. I was like, you should never feel like you're worthless. You should never feel like your worth depends on those stupid grades. Look at what you can do. Can your cousins do that? Same thing applies to you. You can do many things. You should just search for what you can do. And trust me, you will even shock your parents but what you can do, and understand that whatever they say, you get it in another way, and they never meant to hurt you. They just think like that. And I realized after years that we cannot change the type of thinking of narcissistic parents. Trust me, let them say what they want, but you know your worth in the end. Stop trying to win their approval. Guys, you don't understand. You think that by doing better, they're going to say, oh my god, finally you're doing enough. But here's the thing, narcissistic parents or perfectionist parents or the controlling ones, they move the goal score every single time. You will never be enough in their world. You will never be enough in their perspective. And their perspective, you can always do better, which is never going to happen because in the end, no one is perfect. Some parents, and I truly see this in many families, they expect their child to be the perfect hero of the town. I'm sorry, but I know they're hard on you and you cannot be like that. And that's okay. You are perfectly enough. So please stop thinking if I get a better grade next time, they will surely be happy with it. They will not, unless you get the best grade out there. I see parents, whenever their child comes happy saying, oh my god, mom, I got this grade, and the grade is high, they say, what's the highest grade in class? Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Your child spent time on this exam, spent effort revising for it. What's wrong with you? Why does it matter what's the highest grade in class? I just hate this. It makes me crazy when parents ask about the highest grade by the intention of if their child got the highest grade. Please, just appreciate what your child did, and that's it. So guys, this is how this type of parents think. This is how the controlling, the perfectionist parents think. You will never get their approval. So you either accept that and accept that you are doing enough and you are doing your best, or you will keep trying to make yourself better and you're going to keep grinding when you're not becoming better, when you're just destroying yourself mentally and wearing yourself out emotionally. This thing is just going to drain all your energy. Doing something and thinking if you're going to be finally better at it this time and better than that person or that friend is just going to drain your energy. You should only compare yourself with yourself. Your parents only have the right to blame you that you're not doing better when they compare you to yourself. When they say you're not doing great and you're messing things up, you should be better. This is when they have the right to blame you. But when they blame you because you're not doing better than that and that, that's when they're wrong. So you should make a difference. You should only become better. You should only work on yourself when you feel like yourself is not doing its best. When you feel like yourself can do better, but it's not doing better. This is when you grind. This is when you work on yourself to become better. But you never work and grind and drain all your energy to win the approval of your parents, to do better than that person. Stop letting fear affect your adult life. Guys, look, it only starts with being afraid of your parents, or you're afraid that they're going to judge you or say, why did you do this? And whenever you're going to try something new, the only thing you hear in your head is your parents saying, that's wrong. Why did you do this? You know what? Do that. Do what you fear. They're gonna judge you for it. Do it. Do it. If it's not something that's going to harm you physically or mentally or get you to hell, do it. What's stopping you? Your parents getting angry? Okay. You deserve to try new things. You deserve to evolve. Because here's the thing. Most people don't understand. If you don't get out of your comfort zone, if you don't try new things, if you don't push the limit of fear and break that wall of fear, you will never become better. You will never evolve. Parents don't understand that being controlling and trying to control everything your child does doesn't make your child only fear you. It makes them fear everyone, like their wife, their spouse, their boss at work. It is so dangerous. So if you do not break that limit now and do the things your parents doesn't want you to do, you will always be afraid of everyone you meet. Even friends. When you meet friends and you want to try something, you will always be thinking, what if they get mad? What if they don't like it? because it's a trauma. Your subconscious is programmed on survival. Your subconscious doesn't think, what if I try this? They may like it, they may not. No, your subconscious is programmed on, they will judge me. They do not care who that person is. Everyone in your life is going to judge you, is going to blame you for the wrong things you did. But what's the worst that can happen if that thing failed? What's the worst that can happen? It failed. Okay, end. Can't we try something else? Can't we try it this time again and we know the mistake so it's gonna go right? Imagine when the things in your head work out. You should not look at it as what if it fails. This is fear speaking. You should look at it if it fails, it fails. What if it doesn't? This is good. That's it. That's it. And I tell you, the moment you're going to start trying to cross this limit and discuss with your parents that you really want to do what you want, here comes the manipulation. Because I know how manipulative parents can be. This subscriber I'm talking about, he got a job opportunity outside of the country and they refused to let him go. They were like, who's gonna take care of us? Who's gonna buy us groceries? Look, you literally let go of an opportunity to your child because you are so selfish and you care only about yourself. I was like, listen to me. Your mother got her spouse. He will take care of her. That's your father. But you're a man. You should look up for your career and take care of your woman. Now, I'm not saying you should let go of your parents. And before we started the video, I was like, you never let go of your parents. You never disrespect your parents. But you should also set limits for that. You should buy things for your parents. You should buy groceries for your parents. You should take care of them. But not to the point of giving up your life for theirs. Leaving for a job to another country doesn't mean you're never going to see them again. You literally lost an entire career. What if you were gonna find your dream woman in that country? And now you are stopping your blessings. That decision your parents made for you blocked your blessings. Blocked the good salary you were gonna get. Blocked the dream woman you were gonna find. Just to stay here. Do what? What they want. Stop confusing control with love. This is what I'm talking about. Refusing that you go out to another country is not because they're afraid something will happen to you or they're afraid that they will never see you again. No. They just want you to stay there with them because you're the one who's gonna keep buying groceries for them, taking care of them, taking responsibility off their hands so they can stay relaxed and you do all the work. But okay, you're doing all this for them. What are you doing for yourself? What are you doing? You gave up everything. The reason your parents don't let you go out of the country or go somewhere far of them is because they're afraid of losing control. And that's not love, that's possession. And this is what controlling parents do. They try to keep you around. So they watch everything you do. So they watch if you're going to make something that looks wrong for them. And they fix it. Because they think only their perspective is the right perspective. Which is not right. You are not the same generation, you and your parents. And it's okay if you do not think like them and they don't think like you. But it's not okay when they want you to think like them, when they want you to do what they think is right. Stop arguing with a narcissist. Look, I had a narcissistic dad, okay? So you have no idea how much I mastered manipulating and manipulative. Trust me. I don't argue with my dad. I just talk to him in a way that's amusing. I make him laugh. That's how you talk to a narcissist. Because if you try to argue and prove your point to a narcissist, you're not discussing with them your point. Because they just debate to win. They don't debate to understand, to discuss. This is why they always end up right. Not because they're right, but because they always try to prove that you're wrong. That's it. You bring up something that hurt you, it turns out how disrespectful you are to talk to them like that. You talk to them about your dream and why you do this and it's big for you and it means a lot to you. It turns out of how stupid this dream is and how unrealistic it is. They always right. You cannot win an argument with a narcissist. If you want to tell them something, tell them in a way that makes them laugh. I am talking from experience. My dad used to be alcoholic, and he would be not aware, not conscious, because he drank so much alcohol, and he would be yelling and screaming, and then I just come up and say, Dad, really, like, let's just stop this, like, why? Come on, man, let's talk. Did you really go to that shop today? What did you find? Literally, this is how I handle situation. And I hate to say that, because I got hurt so much to get to that point of strength, but in the end, it works. You should first make it look spontaneous. Second, you should make them laugh. And third, you should never keep going with the conversation if you feel like it's turning to an argument. Stop right there. If you want to do something, and you should first inform your narcissistic parents, tell them in this way, never in an arguing way. Stop living in fear of disappointing them. Guys, if you feel like you're going to disappoint them and do what they want so you don't do so, you're going to disappoint yourself. Your higher self that's waiting for you to become better, to achieve your dream, will be disappointed. You will never feel proud of yourself if you don't do what you want. Guys, after I graduated high school, my mom insisted on going to university, and I just didn't want that. I said that in my previous videos. I said I want to make content and just trade. That's it. And we argued millions of times. My mom is not a narcissistic, okay? But she just has this idea of, if I don't go to the uni, I might fail in life. And what if my thing doesn't work out? So now I'm just gonna end up on streets. When that's not true, okay? In our generation, you can do anything. We have ChatGPT, YouTube, Google, you can learn anything. And in the worst case, I will just go study something and get a job. That's the worst scenario if my thing doesn't work out. But surely, I will try to make it work out. And I knew my mom was gonna get disappointed if I don't go to uni and I continue with what I'm doing today. And she still have faith that I'm going to get back to university next year, which is not gonna happen. But my mom hated this idea of just making content and trading because I'm staying at home. She's always like, you're not doing anything. You're just staying in bed every day. When I'm staying in bed, making analysis on the markets, watching new strategies, editing my videos, but what she says is a girl on her phone or on her laptop. That's it. This is what I mean when I say we do not think like them. And it's okay because we lived in different generations. So here I'm saying, don't try to change their type of thinking with words. Parents only believe you when they see results. This is why you shouldn't stay there fearing if your thing is going to fail. You should just do it. You should just do it. And if you believe enough in yourself, if you make enough effort, you will make it happen. And even if it didn't, it's okay. You can try again, or you can try something else. But in the end, you do what you want, not what your parents want, not what your family want. You guys have no idea. It's not just my mom that tried to convince me to go to uni. My entire family. I had to go against my entire family to do what I'm doing today. And now I'm seeing results with trading. You know what I mean? If I ever listen to them, I will never be here. Staying at home, trading every single day, doing analysis without seeing profits makes you look like a piece of shit. Literally. But now when I make a profit, I go to my mom, say, Mom, I want to trade. Can you believe that? She goes like, oh my God, really? How much did you make? This mother that was disappointed because I'm doing this trading thing is now asking how much profit I'm making. Guys, they change their type of thinking when they see that you are really sure about what you're doing, when they see that you are really making effort. So do what you love. Don't fear if you're going to disappoint them. Don't fear if you're going to be the bad child in the family, the one that doesn't listen. But just do something. Be serious about it. Make real effort and make it work. Because if you don't put much effort, before you disappoint them, you're going to disappoint yourself. They don't matter as much as how you feel about yourself. Do you really want to look at yourself and say, damn, if I did better, this thing would have worked? This is how you should look at it. You should look at it as what you're gonna feel if it works out and what you're gonna feel if it doesn't. Not how they're gonna feel. Stop seeing yourself as a child. Guys, this thing is almost funny because I know that our parents will always see us as children and we never grow up in their eyes. And this is why sometimes they seem controlling, they seem like they're afraid that something will happen to us. And it's beautiful. This is actually love. But it becomes bad when it's too much. When your parents literally control everything you do. Because they think you are still a child. You are not a child. They look at you that you are a child to the point of you believe that you are. To the point where you believe that you should ask them about everything. That you should take permission for everything. No. No, if you're a grown-up, if you're an adult, you are able to make decisions for yourself. Your parents don't have to know about everything. And guys, when you ask them about the smallest things, you are giving them more power to control you. Take some responsibility for yourself. Sometimes we ask our parents about everything, so when that thing goes wrong, we don't blame ourselves. We say, well, my parents told me to do it, so I don't have to blame myself for it. No. You take responsibility, you blame yourself for what goes right, what goes wrong, and stop asking about your parents for the smallest things and if you should do this or not, if you should try this or not. You got this. God gifted you this, so use it. Not only your parents have it, you have it too. Start rebuilding your own identity. Guys, by the age of 15 years old, I think the programming of our parents and our school and our family ends. And you should start rebuilding your own identity and you should start reprogramming your mind after this age. You should start thinking what you love, what you hate, even though your parents love. What's enjoyable to you? What type of friends do you want? What type of job do you want? I see some parents even try to choose the type of job that you want. They say, I want my child to be a doctor or an engineer or an architect. But you might have a different opinion. You might become an entrepreneur or a chef or a pilot. And here you should start reprogramming yourself. You should not just accept your fate, say, my parents want this, I'm doing it. My parents want this, I'm taking it. I shouldn't question it because they're my parents. No, please. Here's the thing, you should know that we live once on this earth. So, do you really want to waste this once lifetime doing what others want you to do, or you want to live it doing what you want to do? You wanna live it, enjoying what you love, playing type of sports that you love, traveling to countries you love, or you wanna stay home just because your parents don't want you to travel. How bad of a life is that? And here's how to do this. First of all, stop shrinking yourself. Stop dimming your light in front of your parents. Be yourself. If they say do this, say no, I don't really want to do this because I don't really enjoy it, but I enjoy this thing. Try to express your opinions. If they didn't understand, as I said, it's okay. They don't think like you. Just like when you talk to a friend and you have different mindsets. So you share your opinions. You want this, that friend wants this. It's okay if you don't like the same thing. If your parents didn't understand, you should still go for what you want. No matter how hard it is. No matter how impossible it seems. If God ever gave you a vision, if God ever put something in your heart, you follow it. The reason your parents don't want you to do it is because God didn't give them that vision. God gave you that vision. So you should go for it, no matter what others tell you. You have no idea how beautiful it is when you go after something that everyone told you don't do, that everyone told you it's impossible, and then they watch you actually successful in that thing. And they start questioning, how did you do it? Guys, this was the video for today. I hope I helped you, and remember, if you have any problem, you can always DM me on Instagram. And for that subscriber that told me about this problem, I hope this video helped you. And remember that maybe you didn't find me by accident, but to actually fix this problem in you, and you can finally evolve. You can finally start trying new things and making mistakes on purpose, so you become better, so you overcome that fear of making mistakes because your dad is going to argue with you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Bye!